to see this human. Let's get him right on out here and not hold back.
Keanu Reeves doesn't try to charm. He just exists, and hearts melt. One woman even called him "my Jesus" after a single unforgettable moment.
Everybody has their Jesus in their life. He's her Jesus.
Keanu doesn't just break necks on screen, he reshapes lives off-screen. One artist opens up about how meeting him in 2011 shifted her creative path.
Keanu has been a big part of your artistic journey. How has he been an influence on your work?
Am I blushing yet?
She talks about their connection during a project and how he influenced her Arctic journey. She didn't just work with him, she felt him. The way Keanu carries himself, humble, grounded, and intensely present, left a mark on her soul. His energy became a compass for her creativity. It's not just about good looks with Keanu, it's about depth, and that's what keeps pulling people into his orbit, long after the cameras stop rolling. When Keanu walks in, hearts melt, even among the rich and famous.
What makes him the best?
Pretty much everything.
In one now viral moment, a woman recalls him pulling up on a motorcycle in slow motion. Her exact words?
My knees start shaking.
Another can't stop talking about his soul. Not just his face, but that quiet, gentle aura that says, "Good man alert." From actresses to interviewers, they all say the same thing. He's kind, gracious, and somehow hot without trying. He doesn't flirt, yet somehow everyone feels flirted with. These aren't one-off compliments. They're recurring confessions, whether it's a nervous giggle, a breathless memory, or just wide eyes watching him walk away. These mini moments build a portrait of a man who has no idea just how devastatingly attractive he is, and that makes him even more magnetic. Now let's talk about that unforgettable moment on The Graham Norton Show. During a cheeky game of I Have Never, one brave woman in the audience raises her card and declares,
"I have never kissed Keanu Reeves."
The audience erupts with laughter and gasps. Keanu, ever the gentleman, gives a bashful smile. But come on, we all know she wasn't asking. She was manifesting. Even in a room full of celebrities, Keanu is the one people dream of kissing. That moment was funny, yes, but also relatable. Because really, who hasn't imagined sharing a kiss with Keanu? Who gets a birthday joyride from Keanu Reeves? Drew Barrymore did. When she was just a teenager, Keanu surprised her by taking her for a motorcycle spin on her birthday, and that memory stuck.
You can't have a better Sweet 16 than being put on your motorcycle and having the moment where you understand what freedom is.
Years later, Drew didn't just recall the thrill of the ride. She reflected on why it meant so much. Keanu wasn't trying to impress her. He was simply being Keanu, kind, gracious, thoughtful. She admitted that as she grew older, she started to notice those same traits in the people she admired most. Keanu, without even trying, became one of the defining role models in her life. Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves go way back, and while they've shared the screen many times, she never hid what was going on behind the scenes. She had a big, healthy crush.
I had a pretty
How do you not
big,
remember?
healthy crush.
I had
on
a
the
big.
guy.
During interviews, Winona's tone shifts whenever Keanu's name comes up. She doesn't just call him a great co-star. She says he's one of her favorite people on the planet. And this isn't some passing flirtation. Her words feel genuine, nostalgic, even a little wistful. It's like she's speaking about someone who unknowingly carved out a permanent space in her heart. Because when Keanu shows up in your life, he stays there. This one's hilarious. And honestly, kind of iconic. TV host Kelly Ripa once admitted that during her All My Children days, she had a life-sized cardboard cutout of Keanu Reeves in her dressing room. But it doesn't stop there. She confessed to making out with it. Repeatedly.
Back when I used to make out with your cardboard cutout.
Sometimes I had my way with it, she joked, leaving the audience in hysterics. The best part? She didn't buy the cutout. She borrowed it from a Blockbuster, with the help of a friend who worked there. This cheeky reveal wasn't just funny. It showed just how deep Keanu's allure runs. He wasn't just a celebrity crush, he was the crush. And when she finally told Keanu the story, he took it all with a shy smile and pure grace.
Sometimes I didn't have my way with it there.
No ego, no awkwardness, just classic Keanu. The kind of guy who gets turned into a cutout and still stays humble. Imagine this. You're late, you're stressed, your car breaks down, and nobody's stopping to help until Keanu Reeves pulls over. That's exactly what happened to Octavia Spencer before an audition. Drenched in sweat and flustered, She couldn't believe Keanu Reeves helped push her stalled car off the road.
It was looking terrible. I had sweatpants on and my favorite.
He didn't care that she looked a mess. He didn't care about the cameras. He just helped. It's not a steamy moment, but it's so Keanu. And sometimes, that kind of selfless, everyday kindness is way more attractive than any flirtation. He's not just a fantasy, he's the real deal. Picture this. You're put on the spot, asked to choose. Jason Momoa or Keanu Reeves? That's what happened to Suki Waterhouse. Without even blinking, she picked Keanu. And get this, Momoa is friends with her stepdad. Still, she blurts out,
I'll say Keanu, yeah. He's like the best looking 50-year-old.
It was awkward. It was hilarious. But it was real. That instant, unfiltered answer, it says everything. Keanu isn't just handsome, he's timelessly handsome. The kind of guy who wins over entire generations of crushes with just a half smile and a soft-spoken, "Thank you." And Suki? She just said what we're all thinking. When Alice Eve starred opposite Keanu Reeves in Replicas, she didn't just play his wife, she felt like one. She describes it as incredibly easy, saying,
But speaking of awesome husbands, you get to go to work and be Keanu Reeves' wife. That's not bad.
Yeah, that was really easy.
and she did. Alice said she stopped trying to figure him out and instead just started telling him everything, like he was her therapist.
He was like my therapist, and at one point I remember telling him, "Oh, don't tell anyone this, Keanu," and he said, "I'm a vault."
Keanu didn't pry, he didn't judge, he just listened, with presence, with grace, and with a face that somehow made venting your deepest fears feel oddly safe. The way Alice talks about him, it's more than admiration. It's borderline confessional. There's a kind of romantic pull there, even if it's unspoken. Because when someone makes you feel that seen, that safe, that heard, it's hard not to fall, just a little. Let's be real. Speed wasn't just an action classic. It was the birthplace of one of the sweetest, slow-burn celebrity crushes ever. Sandra Bullock has admitted many times that she had a huge crush on Keanu while filming it.
And how handsome he was. It was hard. It was really, it was hard for me to really be serious. He would look at.
When asked whether they ever dated, Sandra laughed and replied,
there was just something about me that I guess he didn't like.
She wasn't bitter, just reflective. Their chemistry was undeniable, but it stayed suspended in this weird, flirty, almost romantic zone. In another interview, Sandra joked that the only reason she'd want to do Speed 3.
Yeah. No. I'd be happy. No, I'd be happy to sit in any vehicle with Keanu for the.
And you can tell, it's not a joke. Her voice softens every time she talks about him. It's not just attraction, it's admiration, connection.
Complete damsel in distress.
Maybe even a bit of what if. That's what makes it powerful. Because while most celebrity crushes fade, Sandra's feelings seem to have aged like fine wine, warm, nostalgic, and still sparkling with what could have been. During a Geek Bomb interview, the host calls Keanu
that you are the nicest guy in the world. Why?
He shifts in his seat, clearly uncomfortable with the compliment, and simply says,
"It's really nice to hear and thank you for sharing that, but
No bragging, no big ego, just humility. And that's exactly why people keep falling for him. Quiet kindness is the new sexy, and Keanu's been doing it for decades. Picture this. Keanu Reeves walks into a jiu-jitsu training wearing the GI. Jonathan and Drew Barrymore were there, and they were not okay. Drew, who's known him since she was a kid, admits it was awkward because he's crazy hot.
I made a film with him when I was 11 years old, so I feel like it's just inappropriate to have those feelings about him, but
Jonathan calls him
super hot, like
I
crazy
know.
hot.
I knew
it's
him.
next level.
This wasn't just about muscles, it was about presence. That silent storm energy Keanu brings, even in training gear. They were blushing, laughing, and completely caught off guard. And honestly, who wouldn't be? Back in the early 90s, Keanu starred in Paula Abdul's Rush Rush music video. The chemistry was electric. Fans were convinced something was going on. But years later, when Paula was asked if she ever dated Keanu, she sighed and simply said,
I wish.
That's it. No gossip, no scandal. Just an honest, nostalgic confession from someone who wasn't immune to the Keanu effect. And honestly, the way she said it said everything. Even Hollywood's coolest stars get starstruck. Just ask Ana de Armas. On The Tonight Show, she lit up like a teenager at a concert just talking about Keanu.
I was just so happy to be on set with Keanu.
Giggling while describing doing stunt scenes with him. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't press ready. It was real. That wide-eyed admiration from someone who's shared the screen with James Bond, tells you just how deep Keanu's mystique runs. Even among A-listers, Carrie-Anne Moss has shared the screen with Keanu through the Matrix saga, but their connection goes way beyond sci-fi.
I play a character named Trinity, who I can't remember anything about the movie now.
She calls him thoughtful, present, and quietly powerful.
He's so thoughtful. You know, he really supported me through that process.
When they reunited for Matrix Resurrections, she says his energy helped Quiet reconnect to herself, not just as an actress, but as a human. Later, while filming Star Wars, she still felt Keanu's impact. She refers to him as her partner in evolution and casually adds, "I miss him." It's not flirtation. It's not romance. It's something deeper. And sometimes that's even more compelling. Across countless interviews, women gush while Keanu just blushes. From being called a perfect male triangle to compliments on his soul, he never flirts back. Instead, he smiles shyly, almost like he's not sure why everyone's obsessed. That mystery, that quiet confidence, that's the whole vibe. The less he says, the harder everyone falls. Keanu Reeves isn't just a movie star. He's in a whole mood. From sweet interviews to swoon-worthy moments, it's no wonder everyone's just a little obsessed. If you loved this peek into Keanu's irresistible charm, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more celeb stories that'll make you smile. See you in the next one.